In 2008, Rob Henry was a disillusioned office worker.
Mine's got to learn to just slow down, somehow.
When the global financial crisis hit, he quit his job, grabbed his surfboard and camera and headed to the Mentawai Islands in Indonesia. It was a decision that would transform his life. Now he's a dedicated filmmaker, cultural activist and trainee shaman in a remote indigenous tribe.
The Mentawai are one of the last remaining hunter-gatherer cultures. Quite amazing people, you know, really bright and full of spirit, very proud of who they are.
Mentawai people have been living a traditional lifestyle free of money and other trappings for thousands of years. To find them, Rob canoed for 8 hours deep into the forest.
They're such welcoming people, but then at the time, you know, not knowing anything about them, I was quite frightened, I guess, because were they going to eat me, or I had no idea.
But almost immediately, he formed a strong bond with a Mentawai shaman.
I've been staying with Musinderi on and off now for 9.5 years. He is very much like a father to me. When you go to a place like that and you have no idea about a life, you are very much like a baby. You know, you've got to learn to walk again.
After almost a decade, which Rob has captured on film, he's mastered the language and is well and truly integrated into tribal life.
Thumbs up. They taught me how to hunt and you know, I'm still learning. I haven't yet shot a monkey myself, but using, you know, the machete, for example, that's the most important tool for them.
And the tribe's intricate knowledge of the forest flora and fauna saved his life when he was stung by a scorpion.
I think before I'd even asked, one of them had dashed off into the forest and came back a few minutes later with the root of a plant that he diced up with his machete and said, hold this on your finger, and if the poison comes down to your elbow, let us know and we'll get you a different medicine. And about a year or two later, I asked them about the scorpions there. I said, are they dangerous? Can you die from them? They're like, yeah, people die from them. And I thought, oh, interesting.
Now he's on the path to becoming a shaman himself.
Musinderi, he's almost been sort of moulding me. He really wants me to become a Sakere shaman. It's great because he teaches me a lot about, you know, the dances and the songs and the taboos.
Whether or not he becomes a Sakere, he's proud to wear the Mentawai tattoos.
It's almost like a suit. If I ask them what's the meaning of the tattoos, they'll say it's like in your country, if you were to put on, you know, the best possible clothing that you could wear, the most respectful outfit, this is what's respectful for Mentawai. This is our clothing.
When he's in Australia, Rob lives in this caravan with his partner Sam, who's also spent time with him in the Mentawai jungle.
It was nice to meet someone who really embraced that kind of lifestyle, you know, is happy in the forest, and she's studying forest science university, so it's very much, yeah, up her alley.
Rob says only about 1,000 people, or 1% of the Mentawai, still live this traditional tribal lifestyle. And with deforestation and increased exposure to the outside world, this number's at risk of shrinking further.
The Mentawai people have been brought out of the forest and put into government settlement villages. By law, their children have to be sent to primary school. So they're going to these schools, but it's in place of their traditional Indigenous culture, not in addition, and that's where the issue is.
To ensure the culture survives, the Sakere have developed an extracurricular education program for Mentawai kids in national schools. What they need is exposure and funding. Enter Rob and his documentary As Worlds Divide.
They had no way of getting the message out there, so suddenly the film had meaning.
To implement the program will cost at least $1 million. Rob's hoping to raise it all this month and has come up with a simple concept to get there. Watch a film, save a culture.
If we get 100,000 views at $10 each, then there's $1 million. And effectively, if we have enough people do this, then we help the Mentawai people save their culture.